Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, this is ScrapMan bringing you another episode of Tracks the Train Set game, and for the first time in a while, we have another new update that brings us some new objects and new things to put on our worlds to add for some more creative possibilities. Some things that I've actually been complaining were missing for a while, so let's jump into the menu and see what we're looking at here. So the first big thing is the fire station, and this is the one I've been pointing out for a little while, because we put the fire hydrant down, and then we realized that, well, where's the fire station? What's the point of a fire hydrant if we don't actually have a fire station? So now we actually have, whoa, this is my first time actually seeing it spawned in now. We have this huge fire station, and I'm wondering what happens. Can we go into the fire station? Can we go, like, through it? All right, well, let's just try this to see what happens. I don't know if we're gonna go through this wall here or if we're going to stop or crash. Oh, look at that. We can actually just go through the fire station if we want. Okay, well, that's good to know. So now we kind of got like a fire train. You know what we could do? We could actually make it so that that's our starting point. Here, how do I delete this? There we go. So we could actually put the fire station right at the start of the track. Just like that. So now we have a fire train. Are fire trains a thing? I don't think fire trains would be a good thing. They wouldn't really have that much freedom on finding the fire and fighting it. You have to get really lucky that the fire just happens to be right where your track already goes if you want to have an effective fire train. I guess that's why fire trains aren't a thing. Anyway, let's look at more of the update, more of the parts. Let's see here. These ones, I actually already spawned these in. We have rocks now. This is actually, these are actually pretty big as far as what they add for creative freedom. You can make things look a lot nicer just by adding a big old pile of rocks next to it. See, look at that. Oh, look at that fire station. Now we have a caved-in fire station, just like that. There we go. We can put some rocks on top. Let's try some of the other ones. We got that's rocks. All right, we have pebble. Let's see how they all are. Pebble. We've got rock. We've got rocks. We've got rock pile, and then we've got big rock pile. So these are all the different types of rocks that we have. All right, up next, we have a lot of new vehicle additions. So we have our car. Oh, are they randomly colored cars? Oh, look at that. They are randomly colored. That's kind of cool. It's kind of like the random house placement thing. All right, I like that. And then we have a bike. There we go. It looks like we also got some randomly colored bikes. And a van. It's gonna be like, looks like a delivery kind of van or like a mail truck. Oh, never mind. Post van. This is the mail one. Post. It's basically the same thing, but it says post on the side. Okay. All right. Which is good because we actually have a post box, so you can actually like have a post van next to the post box, and it'll be like the guy's picking up his mail, or everyone else's mail rather. Or you could just put a post box on top of the van. That works too. All right, and next we have some aerial vehicles. So we got a helicopter. So airstrips might be interesting. However, I don't know if you can really create like a runway. I can't think of any way you could create a runway unless you just put some tracks down for like a fake runway or something. But looks like these are also I was gonna say randomly cut. Why are they all green? Oh, there we go. All right, not as much variation in the helicopter color as there is in the car color for sure. All right, and then we have a plane. So, oh, this is actually kind of big. It's actually a little bit surprising how big these things are. All right, can you put a plane on top of oh, look at this. That's actually kind of cool looking. You can stack planes on top of each other. I don't know why you would want to do that, but I did it, and I'm happy with it. So let's just stick with that. All right, and then we have a whole selection of new types of passengers. So we have your scuba divers. So here is a nice selection of scuba divers. So this would have been good for my water world, having some scuba divers on those islands. And you can just have your group of scuba divers too if you don't want to place them down individually. Then you have skydivers, which would have been great for my sky world. It's like now I've made all these themed worlds, and now they're coming out with parts to help me with those themed worlds that I've already made. Would have been nice to have when I was building them, huh? And then you got your skydiver group, of course. And then we got our climbers. And the climbers, I think, fit well with the rocks. You can put some climbers over... There we go. You can put some climbers over here on the... This is actually kind of harder than I thought it was going to be. Well, you can put them at like the bottom of the rocks, I guess. They don't want to go like, oh, there we go. There's a climber on the rock. Okay, now it's starting to work a little bit. All right, so that's it for the new parts of this update. There are other things about this update, like some improvements and bug fixes and stuff, and like some menu changes and things like that. So I figure let's go into a new map. Let's actually try to create a new world where we're going to focus on the new parts. So we're going to have like an airstrip section where we're going to have like different air vehicles. We're going to try to use our vehicles to try to add some atmosphere to things. I think I'm actually going to do this where we start as a fire train, even though a fire train doesn't make any sense. But I want a fire train, and this is a creative game, and I can do what I want. And who's going to stop me? Nobody. That's right. So we're going to do a fire train. And then we'll have like a rock area. And I'm going to see what I can do with these rocks. See if I can make like a mountain or something of rocks and then put these mountain climbers all over it. I don't know how well that's gonna work, but we could try it. All right, yeah, I'm not gonna delete every individual piece here. We're just gonna clear track, delete. All of our hard work is gone. There we go. All right, so here is our clean slate. And like I said, we are starting as a fire train. So we are going to just put this right there. That'll give us room for like 1 or 2 passenger carts if we really want something. You know what I'm noticing? I'm noticing 2 big flaws with this update. We have a fire station now. However, we do not have firemen, and we do not have a fire truck. So, I think we got some more updates needed in the future. And also, we need some EMTs, and we need some policemen and women. And, I mean, we got barns with farmers. We've got traffic cones with, construction and rail workers. But we have a hospital, police station, and fire station with no professionals that go along with them. And factory workers. What about factory workers? All right, well, we got the fire station, so we're gonna obviously need a fire hydrant somewhere. So let's just go ahead and there you go. So let's just hope that the fire happens right outside the fire station, close enough to the track that the fire train can pull up to the fire hydrant to put out the fire. All right, so we are going to have the track split off into multiple sections here. I'm actually wondering, can I do... Oh, yeah, there we go. So this is going to be interesting. This is something I haven't really done before, where we're going to have 3 parallel tracks going like right next to each other. Let's just see how close these things are. All right, so I'm gonna have them veer off into different areas. So basically, one area is gonna be the airport area, one area is gonna be the town area, and one area is going to be the rock climbing area. And that's what we're gonna do with this track here. So let's just have this one go straight through a nice compact town, and that's the town that's going to allow us to have some like post vans, some cars, some bicycles, things like that to use these new pieces. So that's what the random houses are for. So we're actually going to make a separation a little bit from the track so we can have some rooms to place like people's cars and bikes and things. And we'll even put a nice fence, like an entrance to the town. There we go, just like that. And for the first time ever, I'm gonna use a town sign. And we are going to name this Scrapperton. Welcome to Scrapperton. Please drive carefully. All right, speaking of driving carefully, let's put some vehicles in this place so we can actually make use of some of these new pieces. All right, so we can actually change the rotation grid, which is really cool. So I can rotate this stuff on like tiny little angles like this to make it look a little bit more natural. So let's just go ahead and like put a bicycle right there. We're gonna put another bicycle over here. I don't have any stores in this town. That was an oversight. And we're gonna use, there's like little driveway areas over here. So we can like put a van kind of right. Oh, let me change the build grid now. Put a van like right there. And let's put a car over on this side. There we go. Just like that. This is looking kind of nice. I like this. And let's just have like a car rolling down the street here. There's no bike paths. It's just everyone's sharing the road. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. People just driving next to the train tracks. All right, now this town needs some stores. So let's go for bakery. Can I just put the bakery like right onto, oh, that works. That works great. I don't even have to delete what I had there before. We're gonna just put a flower shop right on. That looks perfect. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. We're gonna have a barber shop. We're gonna have a barber shop over on this side. There we go, barbers. Nothing wrong with that at all. We need the grocers. We're just gonna go ahead and put the grocers right there. and then a post office. We're actually going to put a post office over in its own area. Yeah, we're going to have this over here at a slight angle like that because I decided to do it that way and I'm not entirely sure why, which means we can put a post van right next to the post office like that. And then we need our post, what do you call it? Post box. Post box. This is not the boxiest looking post box. It's very cylindrical. It's more of a post cylinder, isn't it? All right, but you come to the post office, you can drop your post off in the post cylinder. And then we can also have a post box like just outside the city. So if you have something to give to people in town, this is where you, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a city planner, okay? I just build stuff in video games. And you know what? Let's just put a nice little fountain over on that side. There we go. You know what? I'm going to have this track curve around the fountain. And it's going to go back in a circle like this. So you can return back the way that you came. And you're going to be going around the clock tower. Because people love to know what time it is. And this is a great place to know what time it is. The people can have picnics by the clock tower. And when the clock strikes the hour, you could just be interrupted by the loud banging. That looks like a nice little clock tower. All right, bushes. Bushes. Towns need bushes. For some reason, you just gotta have some bushes in your town because it just makes it better. Because, I mean, what would you do if you didn't have bushes? Am I right? You know what? We're even gonna put some huge pine trees out here to kind of like place a little bit of a visual barrier so we don't have to pay too much attention about how much we're not building. All right, and then we have, what is it? I guess outside of like Mr. Green's, we can have a little picnic area. People can eat their food. Oh, and outside the bakery definitely needs one. All right, our town's starting to look pretty good. We got all the different oh, we don't have, no, we do have a regular van. We have a car, we have a bike, we have a post van. All right, so we got that covered in the town area. Oh, we need some townspeople. I don't think scuba, skydivers, or climbers belong in the town. However, maybe some business people. You know what? I'll just do some like 7 business people out by like the post office. There we go. We're gonna do a group of just regular people. 12 of them are just gonna be kind of hanging out over by the barbers, because a lot of people need haircuts, even though they're all bald. I mean, barber's obviously doing a really good job here. It's really effective barber in this town. All right, so I'm going to call this town part finished. We've utilized some of the new vehicles. Now I think it's time to go over to the airport part, which the airport part is going to be a little bit more interesting. I'm not too sure how we're going to make it look like an airport, to be honest. We don't really have a lot of options here. I mean, but we could use a barn as a substitute hangar. All right, so we're just gonna use a barn to simulate like hangars and stuff. So we're gonna have all the hangars and airplanes kind of like angle at this direction. And let's actually see, can I put this at a 45 degree? We're gonna put the build grid at 45 degrees. All right, so I think this is actually not gonna look too bad as far as like the hangar aspect goes. Cause then if you, oh, the plane's wings are wider than the barn. So that makes it not make as much sense. But yeah, we just put the planes in front of it like this, and this gives us hopefully the look that these planes are kind of just sitting in front of their hangars. And I hope that this isn't going to interfere with the track at all. Let's find out. Oh no, we're good. We're good. That's all symmetrical. That's good. All right, now over here, we're going to need some helipad type things. And we don't actually have an actual helipad unless we're going on top of the police station. So instead of doing that, let's try to build like a mock helipad. Trying to think of what we can use as a barrier. I guess we could just build like a square out of like the metal fence. All right, yeah, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Like, I feel like the barn passes as a hangar, but these fences do not pass as helipads at all. We just really need a flat surface marker to mark a helipad, and I'm not thinking of anything right now that could be used with these. What if I use track pieces? All right, now let's see how this looks for a helipad. I think that actually looks... It looks okay, except for the fact that the feet of a helicopter go through the track, so you can't really see that it's sitting on top. I don't know, maybe we just have the helicopters in just an open field. That's gotta be the solution. I tried to think of a creative way to work around it, but we're just gonna have these helicopters like this. So I guess this is kind of gonna be our airfield. What else do we need on an airfield? I guess we're gonna need an air traffic control tower. We'll use the lighthouse for that. So we're just gonna put this lighthouse kind of like right over here. And these will guide the planes as they take off. And actually, we can use the lighthouse as our marker to kind of like loop back around and get right back on track. All right, so here is our mock airport. Up next, for the last area, we have the climbing area, the climbing mountains, or rocks, rock climbing zone. So let's go out here a little bit, and for this, I think we're gonna contain it within the track. So rather than having stuff be next to the track, we're gonna have the track go there, and then loop all the way around this area of rocks. So let's start building the area of rocks and see what we can build. The question is, like, how well can we stack the rocks on top of each other? That's what I'm a little bit unsure about. Where are the rocks? Oh, here they are. So we're gonna stick with some big rock piles to kind of start things off here. And we're definitely gonna wanna change our rotation grid down to the minimum so we can add some cool variation onto angles and rotations and stuff. All right, so this is already an easy and good foundation to like a big mountain. Lots of variation, covers a decent amount of space pretty quickly. So these big rocks are really handy for that. Now, oh, we can build up. This is good. We can actually create like a mountain. Look at this. Oh, that looks fantastic. That looks way better than I thought it was gonna look. All right, what if I put like this rock pile? Oh, this one has a separated rock from it. So putting it up in the air doesn't make a lot of sense unless I can connect those rocks to another rock. Otherwise, we got like a floating rock right there. But it's okay. We just put a big rock pile there, and now the rock isn't floating so much. All right, let's go higher. We're gonna go higher with this thing. You know what I'm gonna try to do? I'm gonna try to create a concave rock face, if that's even really that possible. Because how cool would that be to have it like arch over a little bit of the track? So we're gonna have it arch this way. I just wish I could angle them rather than having to angle them on the horizontal plane. I wish I could change the plane of it, and then I could like just have them arch over a little bit easier, instead of having to like offset them bit by bit. Okay, so I unintentionally created, well, I started off unintentional and I decided to roll with it. I kind of created a rock monster. So it's more of like it wants to hug you. It doesn't want to kill you. It's not a monster. It's a rock friend. There we go. It kind of looks like it has like feet and like a face. You can kind of see the face a little bit. So I think it looks pretty cool, and I'm gonna have the train track go right underneath it, so we can get some rock monster hug action going on. All right, so let's go ahead and head around the rock monster. There we go, right underneath. We'll get some rock hugs, which are the most comfortable of hugs, as everyone obviously knows. All right, and then we sync up right back with our track, and I've actually made it over here, so if we go back and we just stay straight along these lines, we can go through the fire station, back around, and right to the start, no matter which side that we come back down. So even though each side kind of goes up and then reverses right back down the same way, you can come right back and start at the beginning. So then you can go a different pathway. And that's exactly what we're going to do. All right, so now we need to fine tune this area a little bit. We're going to put some like smaller rocks around over here, kind of like closer to the rock monster. And you know what? Maybe the rock monster like drops some rocks over here as well. We're gonna have some pebbles and stuff. There we go. The rock monster's trying to pick up his dropped rocks. All right, and we're gonna have some smaller rock piles. Oh, this could make a good foot. Yeah, this could make a decent foot. Check this out. Like right there and right there. There you go. Now the rock monster's got better feet. Oh, I should probably save this map. I don't want what happened to the water world to happen to this. Okay, so now it is time to give this rock some life with some climbers. We're going to be putting some climbers at various points. Oh, why isn't it letting me place? Okay, go place the climber down there. All right, there we go. We got a climber there. There we go. Okay, now it's working. I couldn't place him at first. It seems a little bit finicky with the climber placement. Oh, that guy's stuck inside the rock. Okay, whoops. All right, and because rock climbing is not the safest thing to be doing, we're just gonna go ahead and put a hospital right over there. That way, if anybody falls off the giant monster, they'll have a place to go. All right, so I think this area is all set now. Oh wait, actually, I forgot. We're gonna have rock climbers need to have gotten here somehow. So let's go ahead and put some people have parked their cars around here. And because rock climbers are all about fitness, a lot of people have kind of rode their bikes. There we go. All right, that's looking good. That is looking good. Okay, now it is time. It is time to head back to our fire train. And we are going to travel through the town and see what it looks like from the first-person perspective. All right, here we go. We are at our fire station. All aboard, which is nobody. But I guess since we're on the middle track starting off, let's just go straight first and see how this goes. Whoa, there was a hump there for some reason. All right, and oh, we're zooming through our town here. So here's our little town. We got the fountain, we got the clock, we got the cars, we got the post office, the trees, the benches, the bushes. Don't forget the crucial bushes here. All right, well, that was a quick run through the town. Scrapperton is the town there. All right, so now we got to go through the fire station. We're gonna circle back around, and we should go to the airport next. I think we'll save the rock for last. So take a right to the airport. Here we go. Back through the wall of the fire station because it's a magic fire train. As if being a fire train wasn't already weird enough, it's also a magic fire train. Oh, I should have put a sign saying welcome to the airport. All right, so how's this looking for an airport now? I feel like it looks okay. Like, I think those could pass for hangars. Got the helicopters on the left. We got the planes on the right at the 45-degree angle. We got our traffic control tower, quote unquote, over here. Just give them a nice greeting with their whistle. All right, and now we're gonna speed up. We're gonna head back, and then we're gonna head over to Rock Monster Mountain, which is what I'm officially dubbing it right now. All right, so we should just be able to stay straight through here. And then if I just don't press anything, we'll go right back onto the middle track. Then we can take a right. If I hold it to the right, we can go whoop. All right, over to the Rock Mountain. Let's go ahead and set it down to medium speed here. We got the people. Oh, look at this. This looks great. I wonder if anyone's in the hospital. Any injuries happening from the Rock Mountain here? Looks like everyone's doing fine. All right, that was a good hug. That was a good hug. Wasn't it a good hug? Did you guys feel it? I didn't feel it just because we were underneath it. We weren't actually being hugged by the rock monster. But that is the new update. I think we used every single part that the new update has. If I missed something, I apologize. I'm sure you'll point it out in the comments. But I think that was all the new stuff. We used all the different rocks. We used the airport pieces. Oh, and let's make sure we park ourselves right where we started off, which we should be able to do here. All right, coming through, and emergency brake. There we go. Right in the fire station for our fire train. All right, let me know what you thought about this update. What is your favorite part about this update? Is it the airplane parts? Is it the vehicles, like the ground vehicles? Is it the rocks? I think the rocks are my favorite, especially how easy they are to stack and just shape and build mountains like this. Like, look, we can build anything with these rocks pretty much. We can build all kinds of stuff. So that's my favorite part. I want to know what your favorite part is. I know a lot of people like planes and helicopters, so that might be your favorite part as well. And yeah, let me know if you want to see any more tracks. If you do want to see more tracks, what would you like to see? And if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss those episodes. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.